So connectivity of graphs and cohesive subgraphs. So before entering into this concept, right, cohesive subgraphs, right, before entering into this, particular topic, I want to convey some, basic terminologies. Again, some basic terminologies to you, right? Without this terminologies, analyze what is mean by subgraph from a particular network, right? So before entering into this particular subgraph, cohesive subgraph topic, I'm going to convey some terminologies. Please listen to these terminologies. These terminologies are very, easy for you and very simple, right? Maybe you might be heard somewhere else, right? It is very easy. The first terminology is length. So while considering this below graph, right, length of the graph is defined as the number of edges contained in the graph, right? It is nothing but for a particular graph, if I want to, if I want to tell what is the length, then I have to go for the number of edges contained in the graph, right? You consider this graph. So what is the length of the graph? It is nothing but the number of edges present in the graph, right? How many edges are there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. A, B, B, C, right? A, B, B, C, C, D, right? C, D, D, E, D, E is there, right? E, F is there, right? E, F is there, and then F, A is there, right? A, C is there, and C, E is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So length of the graph is nothing but 8, right? So this is how we have to calculate the length of the particular graph, right? Length of the graph is defined as the number of edges contained in the graph. The second terminology is the distances between the two vertices. So this is very important. We have been calling this terminology as a geodesic distance or shortest distance. We have studied in the earlier classes also. It is also called as geodesic distance. Please make a note. So the distance between the two vertices in a graph is the number of edges in a shortest or minimal path, right? So this is what we have been calling it as a shortest path to reach a particular destination. So number of edges in a shortest or minimal path. We are counting the number of edges in a shortest or minimal path. It gives the available minimum distance between the two particular edges. So if I am considering two particular edges in this graph, then it will give the minimal distances between that two edges. There can exist more than one shortest path between the two vertices. You consider this graph. While considering this graph, what is the shortest distance between 1 and 5? Here 1 to 2, 2 to 5. So the distance is here. It has been mentioned here as a 2, right? What is the distance between 1 and 2 here, right? 1, right? 1 and 5. So 1 to 2 is of one distance, and from 2 to 5 it is having another distance, and hence the shortest distance is 2. There may be another path path may be there for reaching the particular vertices, even though we have to find the shortest distance. So this is I think we have studied earlier in our previous classes also. So this is called actually distances between the two vertices. And then third one is the diameter. Maybe we have not seen this thing, diameter of a graph, right? The diameter of a graph is the maximum distance between the pair of vertices, right? So it can also be defined as the maximal distances between the pair of vertices, right? So way to solve how we have to solve the diameter of a particular graph is to find all the paths and then find the maximum of one. So from a particular node, we have to find all the paths, and then we have to find the maximum of that. Comparing that paths. So here the diameter of this particular graph is given as a 3, right? Why it has been given as a 3? From B to reach G, right? What is the distance it has to travel from B to C? 1, C to F plus 1, and F to G plus 1. So the diameter will be 3. So this is the maximum of all the paths I am finding here for this particular graph, right? So you go from B to D, right? It has the distance of 2. From B to A, it has the distance of 2 via C, right? For only G, it has the maximum distance of 3, and hence the diameter of the graph is actually 3. Okay, so this is how we have to find the diameter of the graph. The fourth one is the radius of the graph. So this is also a new to you, I think. So the radius of the graph, exists only if it has a diameter, right? So if it has a diameter, if the graph is having the diameter, we can predict the radius of the graph also. So the minimum among all the maximum distance between a vertex to all other vertices is considered as the radius of the graph, right? So what are all the here the radius of the particular graph is given as a 2. All available minimum radius is nothing but BC to CF, BC to CE, BC to CD, right? BC to CA. So for a particular graph, say for example, for a particular path, say for example, BC to CF to FG, it is actually the distance is actually 3. But for this particular graph, what is the minimum distance to reach a pair of vertices is nothing but 2 here, and hence the radius of the graph is 2. So they have been defining here as the radius of the graph, the minimum among all the maximum distance between a vertices to all other vertices is considered as the radius of the graph. So you make a note, it is actually the minimum thing. So minimum of maximum distances between vertices to all other vertices is considered as the radius of the graph. For this particular graph, the radius is actually 2 here. The next terminology is the center of graph. So we all know this thing. So center of the graph consists of all the vertices whose eccentricity is minimum. Here the eccentricity is equal to the radius here. For example, say for example, while considering this, a network, A has been connected with a distance of 1 with all other nodes or actors which is present in this network. Say for example, A to B it is 1, A to C it is 1, A to D it is 1, A to E is also 1. And hence the center is actually, here we have been considering as the node A as a center of the graph, right? So here this kind of parameter is used to analyze. For example, they have given if the school is at the center of the town, it will reduce the distance buses has to travel. So here they have been analyzing with the help of the school in the center of the city, right? So this is called actually center of a graph. And sixth one is eccentricity of a graph. So how to calculate the eccentricity of a graph? It is defined as the maximum distance of one vertex, from other vertex. So it is actually the maximum distance of one vertex from the other vertex. The maximum distance between a vertex to all other vertices is considered as the eccentricity of the vertex. It is denoted by E of t. So here, while considering this A, B, C, D graph, network or a graph, we have been finding out the eccentricity. So eccentricity from A comma A is nothing but, so within this node or within this actor, say for example A to A, it is actually the distance is 0. A to B, the distance is actually 1. A to C, the distance is actually 1 plus 1, it is actually 2. A to D, it is actually 1. The distance is 1. So here the maximum value is actually 2 here. So the eccentricity is actually here 2. So this is how we have to calculate the eccentricity of a graph. It is actually the maximum distance between a vertex to all other vertices, right? It is considered as the eccentricity of a vertices. We have to find the distance. If I want to find a particular eccentricity of a graph, then I have to find the distance from a particular vertices to all other vertices, and I have to find the maximum value. So this is actually eccentricity of a graph, right? Let us enter into the subgraph. So you keep it in your mind, what are the definitions we have seen so far: length, distance, right? Diameter of the graph, radius of the graph, center of the graph, eccentricity of the graph, right? So these are all the definitions we have seen and the terminologies we have seen, how to calculate these things, right? And then next one is subgraph. So a graph G and two subgraphs G dash and G double dash has been drawn here, right? So the first graph here I have been shown here is a complete graph, where from this first graph the second graph has been drawn by removing the center node, right? Center node, the fifth node I am removing, and also the corresponding edges also I am removing. So the second graph is called actually the subgraph of the particular first graph, right? The first graph is actually G, the second graph is G dash, the third graph is G double dash. So from the first graph, I'm going to draw two subgraphs, the second and third one. The third one, I'm having the center node, but I'm removing some three edges, originating from this, a center node, and this is also we can consider as a subgraph. So we can draw multiple subgraphs, right? We can draw multiple subgraphs from a particular graph. This is called actually subgraph, right? You keep it in your mind. We have been creating number of subgraphs. We are going to create number of subgraphs so that we can do an analysis in a very efficient manner in the further in the further research. So for that purpose, we have been studying this subgraph, right? We are going to disseminate each and every. We are going to disseminate the given graph into subgraphs, right? And we are going to, analyze the cohesive. How it has been related with each other. That's the thing we are going to analyze here in the subgraph. Right, you all clear about this thing, right? So the first one is a graph, and the other two is called actually subgraph, right? So we have been deriving from the main graph, hence it is called actually subgraph. So the first concept here in the cohesive subgraph, right? Subgraph means I'm going to derive from original graph is called actually subgraph, right? Cohesive means I'm going to do an analysis how cohesive nature with with all other actors present in that particular network, right? So that is actually cohesive. That is actually they are calling it as a cohesive of subgraphs. So how it has been interconnected, how different subgraphs are being cohesive to form a particular graph, right? PGPT environment, right? Like this. So how cohesive of while joining several subgraphs to form a complete graph. So that is actually they have been mentioning here as a cohesive. Right, so subgraph, the first concept we are going to study here is the clique, right? Clique. So for a given undirected graph, right, where we denote, so this is the thing I have shown here. From G is nothing but G is equal to V comma E is nothing but vertices and edges. It is a graph, right? I am going to derive a graph from this main graph to a subgraph called G1, which also consists of V1 and E1. This is called actually subgraph. This is the definition for subgraph. If V1 is a subset of V, E1 is also a subset of V, right? This also belongs to V, and E1 is also belongs to V, right? So this is how we can define the subgraph. The subgraph G1 is said to be a complete if there is an edge for each pair of the vertices. This is a very important definition, right? When we can call a subgraph as a complete graph, when we can call a subgraph as a complete graph, if there is an edge for each pair of the vertices, right? So that is called actually complete graph. A complete subgraph is also called a clique, right? So this is how we are going to define a clique, right? From the graph, I'm going to derive a subgraph, right? From the subgraph, what is mean by complete graph, right? What is mean by complete? From the complete graph, I'm going to define what is mean by clique. So that is the thing. So subgraph G1 is said to be complete, right? When it is going to be a complete graph, if there is an edge for each pair of the vertices, that is called actually complete graph. The complete subgraph is also called as a clique. So here, while seeing the below figures, so the first one is also a clique which has single node. Here in the second picture, it has two nodes, right, joining by a particular edge, a single edge. Here the third picture is in the form of triangle, right? It has three, actors or three nodes with, three edges, right? So for every, node, it has its own connectivity to some other nodes with its own edges. So this is actually a complete graph. You listen carefully the third picture. It is in the form of triangle, right? So the first node, say for example, this is the first node, right? We have some annotation. So this is the, first node. It is communicating the second node, and also it is communicating the third node, right? Similarly, while considering this second node, it is communicating with the first node. It is having the connection with the third node. So this is actually a complete graph. This is actually a complete graph, right? So and hence, if it is if all the edges for each pair of the vertices is actually communicating with each other, then that is called actually complete graph. We consider this fourth picture, right? Each and every vertices or nodes is being communicated with each other vertices which is present in this network. So this first node is communicating with the second node, third node, and also fourth. Similarly for each and every nodes, right? And while considering this picture, this node is communicating with this node, and this all other nodes, right? If there is an edge for each pair of the vertices which is present in the subgraph, then that is called complete subgraph. It is also called as clique. You consider this picture, everything is called actually subgraph. Okay, complete subgraph. So it is also called as clique, right? So this is how we have been defining the clique, right? From a graph, we are going to derive a subgraph, right? From a subgraph, what is mean by complete graph? If there is an edge for each pair of the vertices, then we can call it as a complete graph, and the complete graph is also called as a clique, right? So here I have shown some example here. A clique, a maximum complete subgraph in which all other nodes are adjacent to each other, right? Node, this is the maximum complete subgraph I'm here representing here. So node 5, 6, 7 and 8 form a clique of size 3, right? Clique of size 3. So here clique of size 3, here in this particular graph, what are all the subgraphs I can derive with the help of clique is, size of 3 is 1, 2 and 3. That is 1, 2 and 3 here. 1, 2 and 3, right? So this is actually a, this is actually a one subgraph, right? Cliques of size 3. Cliques of size 3, right? So it consists of 3 nodes, 1, 2 and 3, right? Each has its own connectivity to all other vertices present in this subgraph. And 1, 3, 4. That is 1, 3, 4. 1, right? 1, 3, 4. Right? This is another subgraph. Clique of size 3. Right? 1, 3 and 4. Right? It has been, every node is interconnected with each other. Right? A clique of size 3, 1, 3, 4. And also there is another node, another subgraph is there. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Right? 4 is communicating 5. 4 is communicating 6. 6 is communicating 4. 6 is communicating 4 and 6 is communicating 5 also, right? So this is a complete subgraph and we can call it as a clique. So this is actually maximum complete subgraph, right? Clique is actually maximum complete subgraph in which all the nodes are adjacent to each other. Node 5, 6, 7 and 8 form a clique. This also form a clique, right? Which has size of 4, clique size of 4, right? So this is another subgraph also, right? So this is another subgraph. You got what I'm saying? 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. It is another subgraph. So we have to derive the subgraphs, right, from this actually the whole network, the whole original graph. So this is how I am going to derive the subgraph with the help of a concept called clique. Okay, got it? So I'm here deriving 1, 2, 3, 4 subgraphs here from this complete graph. Okay, this is called actually clique, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8 form a clique, right? This is another one graph, and also I'm having 3 subgraphs 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, and 4, 5, 6. That we can call it as a clique of size 3. Right, so there is a procedure to find the maximum clique here. In a clique of size k, each node maintains a degree greater than or equal to k minus 1. Please make a note, right? Nodes with the degree less than k minus 1 will not be included in the maximum clique, right? So there is a concept we have studied clique. So under that concept, we are studying maximum clique. So how to derive a maximum clique is like, in a clique of size k, each node, right? A clique of size k means a subgraph, right? A clique of size k is nothing but your subgraph. That subgraph, in that subgraph, each node maintains a degree greater than or equal to k minus 1, right? It should maintain, say for example, this is the node, it should maintain the degree, right? The edges connecting to this particular node should be greater than or equal to k minus 1. If it is less than k minus 1, then it should not be included in the maximum clique. Say for example, this is the node. If it is connecting this node, it has the degree of less than k minus 1, then it should not be included, right? This node should not be included in that particular subgraph. That is how we are going to find the maximum clique, right? So I will show you an example here. So how we have been calculating the maximum clique here from this, the same thing, right? Suppose we sample a subnetwork with the nodes 1 to 9. So this network, it consists of 1 to 9, and find a clique 1, 2, 3 of size 3, right? We are going to find a subgraph, the clique of size 3. In order to find the clique greater than 3, remove all the nodes with the degree less than or equal to 3 minus 1. So that is the thing I have shown here. If I am removing a node which is present in the network which is less than k minus 1, then I can find the maximum clique subgraph here from this original graph. So in order to find the clique greater than 3, so this is our condition, right? This is our condition. Say for example, so this is our condition. I'm going to find a subgraph of clique greater than 3. Then for finding this subgraph, what I have to do is remove all the nodes with the degree less than or equal to 3 minus 1, right? 3 minus 1, which is nothing but is equal to 2 here, right? 2. So here removing the nodes 2 and 9. Where is 2 and 9 here? 2 and 9. Why I am removing 2 and 9 here? Because it is having the degree which is less than 3 minus 1. Okay. So 2 I am removing, I mean 9 I am removing. So here I am removing 2 and also 9 I am removing, right? So while considering another removal here, removing the node 1 and 3, right? Since the node 2 has been removed, and hence I am removing the node 1 also, right? And also 3, since the degree is less than or equal to 3 minus 1, right? Remove all the nodes with the degree less than or equal to 3 minus 1. And then finally, I am removing the node. Since I am removing the node 3, there will be no edge to reach the node 4, right? So, and hence the node 4 also I am removing, right? It is also having less than or equal to 3 minus 1. So, I'm finding after removing all other nodes which is having the degree less than or equal to 3 minus 1, I'm going to find here the maximum clique here. So this is the maximum clique I'm finding here, right? Maximum clique of subgraph I'm finding here from the original graph, right? So this is how you have to find the maximum clique, right? You keep it in your mind, right? So this is a very basic thing, right? You understand what is mean by clique, right? Clique is nothing but I'm deriving a subgraph, I mean from an original graph, and I'm finding whether it is a complete graph or not. If it is a complete graph, then we can call it as also a clique, right? So this is how we have to find the maximum clique also from a particular original graph. So the clique structures where there must be a degree, where there must be an edge for each pair of the vertices, shows many restrictions in the real life modeling, and it is uncommon in social networks, right? It is uncommon in social networks. So we couldn't find for a particular node in a network each and every vertices in that particular network we couldn't reach in a real social network. So and hence we are going for an alternative approach. That approaches are called actually, right? K-clique, K-clan, K-club and K-plex, right? Why we have been going for clique to, K-clique, K-clan, K-club and K-plex, right? Simply we couldn't model in the real life, right? Real life of social networking we couldn't model here with the help of clique. What I said, the definition of our clique? Clique is nothing but this complete graph, right? Complete graph. What does mean by complete graph? Each and every node in the particular subgraph, it has been communicating with each other. It is not really possible while we have been going for the real life modeling, right? We couldn't reach each and every node in the real life modeling of social network, and hence I am going for this K-clique, K-clan, club and plex. Okay. So what is mean by K-clique? K-clique is a subset of vertices, right? It is a subset of vertices C, such that for every I comma j belonging to the C, the distance, you know this thing, right? The distance, we have studied the distance, right? This is why we have studied the distance. Distance of I comma j is less than or equal to k, right? K-clique is a subset of vertices, right? For a particular subgraph, I'm going to derive the subset of vertices such that for every I comma j, the node which is present in that network belonging to the C, the distance d of I comma j less than k. Say for example, one clique is identical to a clique, right? It is similar to the complete graph. One clique means. Two clique is the maximum complete subgraph with a path length of 1 or 2 edges. I will show an example for this two clique. The increase of the value k corresponds to a gradual relaxation of the criteria of clique memberships. Say for example, you consider this thing, right? This is the picture what I have mentioned in the previous slide, right? One click, two click, and three click. Why this is being called as a one click? Because each and every node which is present in this subgraph, it is been reaching to all other nodes. Say consider this, you consider this node, right? This first node, right? This first node. It is reaching the second node, third node, and also fourth node. Got my point? So this is called actually one click. What is mean by two click here? You consider this first node, right? It is reaching the second node with the distance of 2. It is reaching the the third, say for example, fourth node with the distance of 1, and it is also reaching the third node with the distance of 2, and hence it is called two click, right? You now verify this three click also, right? This is the first node. I am reaching the second node with a distance of 1, right? And I'm reaching the distance, I'm reaching the, fourth node with a distance of, 1, and I'm reaching the, this third node with the distance of 2. You consider, if I want to reach this third node, say for example, if I want to reach this third node from this second node, what may be the maximum distance here? 1 plus 1 plus 1. So the distance will be, the maximum distance will be, right? The maximum distance will be like, okay, the maximum distance will be, right, 3 here. So why 3 here? For reaching this node from this node, the distance, the maximum distance will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to, the maximum distance is actually 3 here, right? From this node, you consider this node, to reach this node, what will be the distance here? 1 plus 1, the distance will be 2, right? And hence it is called a two click. So if it is having the 3 distance for a particular node to reach a particular some other node, then it is called actually 3 click. Maybe the distance may be less than the maximal distance also, right? And hence it is called actually k click, right? You consider this thing. The two click is the maximum complete subgraph with a path length of 1 or 2 edges, right? The increase of the k value corresponds to a gradual relaxations of the criteria of the click dimensions. So this is how we have been defining the k click. You again read this, definition. K click is a subset of vertices such that for every I comma j, right? For every I comma j, that is very, very important. For every I comma j, right? From I to j or from j to I, right? For every I comma j belonging to the C, the distance is nothing but less than or equal to k, right? So say for example, if I am considering the distance here as k is nothing but 3 here, it should be less than. The distance should be less than or equal to 3. Here the distance for reaching from this node to this node, the distance will be 3. And for all other nodes, from some other nodes, it is actually less than or equal to 3. Right? Maybe 2, maybe 1, right? And hence it is called actually 3 clicks. This is how they have been defining the k click. So limitation of the k click model. The limitation of the k click model is that some vertices may be distance from roof, that is the distance between the two nodes may correspond to a path involving nodes that do not belong to the k click. Right? How it has been defining the limitations of the k click here is, you consider this figure, right? You consider this figure, right? In this figure, right? Say for example, you consider this this subgraph A, B, C, F, E, right? A is there, B, C, F, E, right? So from A to reach C, the distance will be 2. It is actually a 2 click, right? 2 click. It is actually a 2 click. So from A to C it is 2, A to E it is a 2, right? A to F is 1, A to B is 1, right? Right? I'm ignoring here. I'm ignoring here the D node because it is a 2 click, right? I'm ignoring here, right? A, B, C, F, E is my subgraph, right? Which is my subgraph? A, B, C, F, E is my subgraph. I'm ignoring here the D, right? So here you consider it is not a member of a clique A, B, C, F, E, which causes the distance between C and E to be 2, right? For reaching the E from C, it has to pass through D, right? But it is not included here in this clique, right? This is actually the limitations of the K-clique model, right? A node which is not present in the particular clique model, if it has been used to reach, some other node, say for example E, right, from C, it is having the same distance too, even though it has been not used here in this clique model. If I am not using this node here in this clique model, right, even though if it has been considered here, then that has been called as a limitation of the clique model. So you read here, limitation of the clique model, K-clique model, is that some vertices may be distant from the group. So this is the distant node I've been considering here in this network. That is, the distance between the two nodes may be correspond to a path involving nodes that do not belong to the K-clique, right? So this D node is not belonging to the K-clique, but it has been used to reach E from C, right? This is actually the limitation of the K-clique. So how to, overcome this limitation is nothing but the K-clan, right? K-clan. Before entering into the K-clan, you just, go through this, the distance and diameter. We have studied the D of U comma V is the distance. The length of the shortest path between the vertices U and V in the particular graph is nothing but the distance. Diameter is nothing but the diameter of the G max of. So what is the maximum distance while considering the whole graph to reach from a particular vertices to the some other vertices? That is actually the diameter of a particular graph. To find a K-clan, all the K-cliques must be found, and then the restriction of the diameter G of S is less than or equal to K applied. This condition should be applied, right? This condition should be applied. Diameter of the particular graph, which is less than or equal to K, applied to remove the undesired K-cliques. So in this below figure, the two clique A, B, C, F, E was being removed because D of C comma E is nothing but 3 here, right? Right? I'm again saying, don't get confused. The limitation of the K-clique, you directly get into the K-clan, right? So here, while studying the K-clan itself, you can understand what is the limitations of the K-clique also. Right, you consider this figure. This is called actually ABC. It consists of 4 plus 2, 6 nodes are there. Right. So in this figure, the two clique I'm considering here is A, B, C, F, E. Right. It has been removed. Why I have been removing this two clique? Because the distance of CE is nothing but 3. Right. From C to E, I have to reach. How I have to reach? It has to be reached via It has to be reached via C to B, the distance will be 1. C to B, the distance will be 1. D to F, the distance will be 1. And F to E, the distance will be 1. Since in this two clique, the D has not been considered. Right? It has been not been considered because it is a two clique, right? For each and every node, if it has been reaching, the maximum distance will be 2. Okay, got it? And hence, while considering this two clique, it consists of A, B, C, F, E only, and hence I am removing this. Removing this two clique because for reaching the E from C, it has to pass through a maximum distance of 3, right? And hence I am removing this. Two clicks here. So this is called actually K-clan. This is called actually K-clan. To find a K-clan, all the K-cliques must be found, and then all the K-cliques we have to found. We have to found a 1 click, we have to found a 2 click, we have to found a 3 click. Maximum click we have to found, right? For a particular graph. And then what restriction I am applied here is the diameter of the particular graph, which is less than or equal to K, it has to be applied to remove the undesired K-cliques. If I am removing the undesired K-cliques, then that is called actually K-clan. Okay. Got it? Here in this particular graph, in this particular complete graph, this is a complete graph. I'm going to derive the subgraph, right? For deriving the subgraph, right? I have deriving a subgraph also called as ABCFE. This is also called as a two-click. Why I am removing this two-click? Why I am removing this? What is the need of removing this two-click? Because for C to E, it has to set the distance of 3 to reach C to E, and hence I am removing this. I mean two-click in this particular graph. Okay. So the next thing is K-club. Another approach to the diameter models is the K-club, right? So it is defined as the subset of vertices such that the diameter of J of S is less than or equal to K. So this is nothing but similar to the K-clans, right? So here, right? So it is similar to the K-clan. What we have studied. It is also using this same formula, diameter J of S is less than or equal to K, right? In this figure, I am finding the two clicks, right? What are all the two clicks here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one subgraph or two click, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another subgraph also called as a two click, right? Two clicks and two clan, right? Two clan. One two clan. What is 1 2 clan here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is nothing but two clan, right? And 3 2 clubs. 3 2 clubs. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 5, and 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4, right? So this is another subgraph, which is nothing but the two clubs, which consists of 1 2 3 4, and another two club is 1 2 3 5, 1 2 3 5, right? Another two club is 2 3 4 5 6, 2 3 4 5 6, right? You understand, right? You follow what I'm saying, right? So how to derive a subgraph from a original graph? So this is the objective we have been studying here so far in the cohesive subgroup, right? So there are different models are there. Every model has its own limitations and all, and hence we are going for some other model, right? We have studied click, complete graph, and then K-click, and then clan, and then we are going for here the club, right? So you analyze after completing this, after complete seeing this class, you analyze with this help of figure what is mean by two clan and two clubs also, right? So the next thing, the last thing is K-plex. K-plex is nothing but it has been dealing with the degree. You see this figure on the right hand side. It is a graph, a whole graph, original graph. It consists of 6 nodes, right? Every node has its own degree, right? The first node, say for example, this first node is having the degree of 3, right? This is having the fourth node is having the degree of 4. Similarly, every node is having its own degree. So in the figure, the graph has 6 vertices. So number of nodes which is present is 6, and the degree of the vertices 1, 3, and 5 does not exceed the value 3, right? For a particular node 1, the degree is 3. For the third node, the degree is 3, right? For the fourth node, the degree is 3. Fifth node, the degree is 3. Does not exceed the 3. So the minimum degree in the induced subgraph is actually 3, right? For the minimum, and hence I am concluding that the minimum degree in the induced subgraph is 3. Thus, for a graph which consists of node 6, k is equal to 3 is being obtained. This is called actually K-plex. So how I am deriving the subgraph from the original graph with the help of K-plex? I am considering the degree of each and every vertices which is present in the network, right? I am finding the degree which is not minimum degree that has been induced in the particular subgraph, and then I am deriving the subgraph from this original graph. You try this thing, right, in your own practical experience, right? You write down, you draw this figure, right, this graph, and you derive all the K-plex, right? How to calculate the K-plex, how to calculate a subgraph, right? With the help of K-plex terminologies, with the help of K-club, with the help of K-clan, with the help of K-click, everything. You find, you consider this last graph. You consider this last graph. You try to find the, how many 2 clicks can be formed, how many 1 click can be formed, how many 3 clicks can be formed, how many maximum clicks can be formed with this help of this figure, right? You can do by your own. And also, how many clans, 1 clan, 2 clan, right? 3 clan. How many clubs, 1 clan, 1 club, 2 club, 3 club, right? How many clubs we can, how many plexes we can form, right? You practice by yourself with the last, picture last graph. Okay. So I'm consolidating here, right? So this is the thing we have been concluding here. In this class, right? So we have studied the cohesive graph, right? So what is mean by cohesive, right? Adherence, right? How it has been, how the subgraphs have been communicating, how they have been adhering with each other in a particular social network. This is the thing we have been studying here, cohesive subgraph, right? So in this cohesive subgraph, we have studied, the basic definitions, right? Length, distance, diameter, radius, center, eccentricity, everything we have studied. And then while entering into the subgraph, right? So what is mean by subgraph, right? From an original graph, how we can derive a subgraph. So the first figure is a original graph, and the second and third one is a subgraph derived from the original graph, right? So what is mean by subgraph click, right? A click can be defined as a complete subgraph, right? What is mean by complete subgraph? Each and every vertices in a particular subgraph, if it is been communicating with each other, then that is called as complete subgraph. That is a click, right? There has been a limitation of this, click, because we couldn't do a real life, modeling, because in a real social network, each and every node couldn't communicate with each other, right? So, and hence I'm going for the K-click, right? I'm going to derive the subgraph with the help of K-click, right? So here in the K-click, for every node I comma j belonging to the C, the distance I've been calculating with the distance which is less than or equal to K, right? How we can derive a 1 click, how we can derive a 2 click, how we can derive a 3 click. So we have to consider every node which is present in this subgraph to reach the some other vertices in the particular subgraph, right? So this is how we have derived 1 click, 2 click, and 3 click, right? So it has its own limitation, this click, 1 click. So and hence I'm going for the clan, right? What is the clan? It has been the subgraph has been derived with the help of the diameter, right? Distance and diameter. If it is a distance, then it is clan. If it is a diameter, then that is club, right? If it has been subgraph has been derived from the with the help of distance, it is clan. If the subgraph has been derived with the help of diameter, then that is called actually club, right? And then K plus, the subgraph has been derived with the help of the degree, right? So this is how the subgraph has been derived from the original graph, and how it has been interacting with each other has been defined. Okay, so okay.